All right, we're here in Indian country in Oklahoma, and I got my special guest here, my brother from Pawnee Nation, and Mr. David EchoHawk, well-respected Pawnee Elder down in Pawnee, Oklahoma. And he's going to tell you guys a Pawnee traditional story today. Turn the time over to him.
All right, thank you, Chris. Appreciate that introduction. He does a real good job, don't he? The story I'm going to tell right quick here is it's really not a ghost story. It's more, it's not even a paranormal story. It's a true story that concerns the Pawnees. And when the Pawnees were up in Nebraska, when they were living in the days of the buffalo, if you will, they're men, they're braves, they're warriors. They had warrior societies within the tribe, and when they would go out and get to a battle, to a fight, sometimes they would be knocked out. They wouldn't be killed, but they would be knocked out, maybe got hit on the head, and they would be knocked out. While they were knocked out, they were scalped, and these men that were scalped amongst the Pawnees were called the Cooksahoodoks, and basically means scalped man. And so according to Pawnee tradition and laws, and within their war societies, these scalped men, these Cooksahoodoks, couldn't come back to the tribe, to the village. They were considered dead, if you will. They couldn't come back. And sometimes they were able to make contact with their family because they lived out along the creeks and the streams, and they lived in caves and stuff out in the woods. And some of the families would take care of their Cooksahoodoks, if you will, by leaving food and clothing, blankets, just whatever they needed to help them survive. And so when the tribe made their way to Oklahoma, them Cooksahoodoks and scalped men came on down to Oklahoma, followed the tribe down here. And so there was a elderly lady that lived south of town, south of Pawnee, and they lived out there in a rural area. And very old lady at the time. She's no longer living, but they would have visitors, and it's back in those days, people would come and visit and everything. And so the kids would be outside playing, and some would be going down, and she would say, well, you better tell those kids to come in, the Cooksahoodoks is out there, they're out there. And so it's kind of like the boogeyman, if you will, the boogeyman's going to come get you. But anyways, Chris thought that was a kind of an interesting story. And I had an uncle, David EchoHawk. He was an artist, and he did a life-size painting of a Cooksahoodoks, a scalped man. And it shows a Cooksahoodoks, and it shows a fire, and you can see all of the smoke. And this Cooksahoodoks is standing there, and he's holding his hand up on his forehead, where he's holding his skin up, his forehead up, because he's scalped, and he's standing by this fire. So if you ever get out to the Gilcrease Museum, Tulsa, Oklahoma, go see his painting of the Cooksahoodoks, and you know the story now.
All right, that was Doodah.
Aho.
And I want to say aho and mado.
Aho. Appreciate it. And mado to you.